All right, today we are pulling back the curtain on something you've probably worn your entire life, but never really thought about: the hidden genius inside a sewing machine. I mean, it seems so simple, right? But what it's actually doing is a kind of mechanical magic trick that is, well, it's almost impossible. So let's dive in.
So just take a second and look really closely at a stitch made by a machine. It's super strong, it's perfectly even, and it's made, in the blink of an eye. But here's the thing, here's the paradox. It looks so simple, but it's actually built on this incredible mechanical illusion. It's just brilliant.
I mean, really think about this for a second. If you try to sew by hand the way a machine looks like it's sewing, just, pushing a needle with thread in and out from one side, what do you get? You get this really weak, kind of messy chain stitch. You can't create that strong, locked seam that a machine does. So, what is the secret? What's going on here?
Well, the biggest difference is actually really simple, but it's also profound. When you sew by hand, you're using one thread, right? And it has to pass all the way through the fabric and then all the way back again. That takes forever. A machine just can't be that inefficient. So the secret to all that speed? It's right there on the slide. It uses two threads.
Okay, so this whole two-thread system, that's the key. That unlocks everything. Instead of one thread doing all that heavy lifting, you've got a top thread coming down from the needle and a bottom thread from that little spool underneath called a bobbin. But this brilliant solution creates a brand new problem, and it's even more complicated. How in the world do you get them to connect?
Yeah, think about it. The challenge is to lock these two threads together right in the middle of the fabric, but you can't flip it over. The machine only has access to the top. So how does it do it? It really is just this marvelous piece of mechanical illusion.
And honestly, that quote is the perfect way to describe it. This isn't about brute force. Nope, it's a perfectly choreographed dance, a series of perfectly timed, super elegant movements, a little mechanical ballet that's happening over and over thousands of times a minute.
Okay, so let's slow this whole dance down. We're going to look at the magic trick step by step. We are going inside the machine to finally reveal the secret of what's called the lock stitch. And this isn't some obscure thing. It's the most common stitch in the entire world. All right, it's time to meet the star of the show, the rotating hook. This little part spinning away just under the fabric, this is the absolute hero of our story. It's timing, it's precision. That's what makes the whole thing work. And here is that performance, broken down into 5 acts. First, the needle goes down, pushing the top thread through the fabric. Simple enough. But here's the trick. As the needle starts to come back up, the friction with the fabric creates this tiny little loop of thread. That is the moment our hero, the rotating hook, has been waiting for. It swoops in, grabs that loop, and then rotates, pulling that top thread loop completely around the bobbin case underneath. Then, to finish it all off, that take-up lever on top gives a quick pull, yanking the threads tight and locking them together right inside the fabric. It's this beautiful, intricate dance, and it happens in a split second. And this is so important. It's not tying a knot. A knot would be way too bulky and slow everything down. What it's doing is creating an interlocking loop. It's a lock, and that's what makes it so strong and so incredibly efficient. And get this, that entire ballet, that whole 5-step process we just talked about, it happens over 1,000 times, every single minute, even on a basic home machine. That is just an absolutely incredible feat of mechanical engineering. But the hook and the needle can't do it all by themselves. They're the stars for sure, but for that perfect stitch to happen again and again and again, there's a whole supporting cast, an entire team of parts all working in perfect sync. First up, you've got the feed dogs. If you look under the needle, you'll see these tiny little metal teeth. They pop up, they grip the fabric, they march it forward just the right amount, and then they drop back down. I mean, without them, you'd just be stitching in the exact same spot over and over again.
Next, we have the tension system. The best way to think about this is like a little gatekeeper for the thread. It's a set of discs that pinch the top thread, applying just the right amount of pressure. Because if it's too tight, the bottom thread gets pulled up to the top. If it's too loose, you get those awful, ugly loops on the bottom of your fabric. It's all about finding that perfect balance.
And of course, you can't forget the bottom thread. It needs its own system too. The bobbin case doesn't just hold the bobbin. It's designed so that the hook can spin around it. And it even has its own tiny little spring to give just the right amount of tension from below. And finally, we have the take-up lever. That's that part you always see bobbing up and down on the top of the machine. I love this analogy. It's like the orchestra conductor. It's the one that pulls the top thread tight at the very last second, setting that lock perfectly right in the middle of the fabric.
So, this whole ingenious mechanism, it wasn't just some clever idea. No, it was a full-blown revolution. It completely changed how we make clothes, it changed how people work, and really, it changed how we live our lives.
Now, the basic idea of the lock stitch, that was pioneered by inventors like Elias Howe back in the 1840s, but it was really Isaac Singer who perfected the design in the 1850s. He's the one who made it reliable, he made it affordable, and he brought it into the home. And that is what sparked the revolution. It took clothing production from this slow, painstaking manual process to a super-fast, mechanized industry. The world of fashion was never the same again.
Now look, the lock stitch is the undisputed king, right? It's the most common by far. But it's not the only magic trick out there. There are other, more specialized machines. Take sergers, for example. They use this incredibly complex system with multiple threads and things called loopers to sew, trim the fabric, and finish the edge of a seam all in one go. It's pretty amazing.
But really, it all comes back to this one idea. So the next time you hear that familiar hum of a sewing machine, try to picture it in your head. The needle goes down, the loop forms, the hook swoops in, and the lock is set. It's just a tiny, precise, and utterly brilliant mechanical ballet. It's really an invention that, well, it quietly stitched itself into the very fabric of modern life. It's an everyday object that most of us just take for granted. But when you look closely, it's a true masterpiece of engineering, one that absolutely transformed our world, one perfect stitch at a time.
So there you have it. That's the genius hiding inside pretty much every sewing machine. Now I'm curious, what other everyday machine, one that seems simple on the outside, has a complex secret you want us to unravel next? Go ahead and let us know down in the comments. Thanks for joining us.